Alright, so the car went really well last night. Bit of a late one, but it's all good to go. So it's just a matter of dropping the fuel tank out now, putting the new pump in. So here's where we're at. Basically, you just got to take these. Well, obviously, firstly support it on your trolley, and then basically you have to take the brackets off, and you have to disconnect the fuel. Hard to see, but you have to disconnect basically the fuel filler, neck, and also the breather, as you can see there. Then basically disconnect wiring harness that's attached to the tank, and slowly just lift the car up. As you can see, it's slowly getting there. It's just about done. So it's not as bad as I initially anticipated. Well, surprise, surprise, the old fuel pump hat is being a real bitch to get off. So just basically, I've gone and saw my mate Matty. He's got the tool for it. I've gone and got it, I've tried it. It is so fucking tight. So we've just sprayed some silicone spray around to hopefully let it soak in around the hat and the O-ring, and we'll give it a crack in another hour or so, and fingers crossed. Stupid design. It's good, but it has its flaws like everything. So in the meantime, I'm going to do the supercharger oil. So I think I briefly mentioned this earlier on in the video, but essentially right where my finger is, there is a cap screw. Take that out and use the syringe and the supplied hose to suck all the old shit out. And we've got the new oil here. So yeah, for 40 bucks, you know, it's worth doing this every, you know, I don't know, 20, 30, 40,000 Ks. Even more, even every service just about. So we'll get on to this. Holy shit guys, it's happened. The delivery guy, he's been with some billet goodies, and we all know how good that feeling is. Fuck, alright, it's time. Let's open this bad boy up. So once again, my man Ben from ABC&C has hooked us up. This literally was like 3 days from sending him the drawing or the CAD file to him manufacturing. So I've just got to deburr them because he didn't have a chance, because he's been so under the pump, as you can imagine, after Christmas and New Year. So there is the throttle body adapter. So this is the throttle side with the O-ring. Actually, I should probably check the O-rings fit too. Well, that's fucked. That does not fit. I said 75mm ID for the O-ring. They must have given me friggin' OD. I don't know. Anyway, I can sort that out. So there's that throttle body adapter. Got the fuel injector adapter. And yes, I did get another one made. So if anyone wants this, I've got another one and I will sell it. And if there is an interest, I'll start selling them, because there's no one who really does these in Australia, and I can actually get them made to suit other cars. So that will essentially clip on there like so. Should be just enough room for the injector plug, I hope. Will be quite tight actually. So there's that. Then we got the fuel pressure regulator adapter. So that goes into the rail where the factory fuel pressure regulator goes. The factory one goes in this end. We've got an 1/8 inch NPT thread. Here we we go. So that will essentially wind in there, and this one winds in here. And that's it. All I gotta do is make an AN line. I've already got the injector run, as you've seen. I'll just deburr this, and yeah, that is pretty freaking awesome. Alright, so I finally got this bastard off. What an absolute mission that was. Even with the proper tool and all that shit, that did not even work. I had to basically get the big mallet and a screwdriver after. I think the thing that did it was a bucket of boiling water, dipped a rag in it and sat the rag over this for a few minutes, just heated it up, and then I was just kind of aiming down on this bottom corner to get it open. And yeah, it finally cracked, and it took quite a few turns to get it loose. So when this goes back on, there'll be a good coating of Vassar in there and on the O-ring. So anyway, time to crack on with this. So there we have it. That is the fuel pump assembly. So I'll just have to take this case off to get to the pump, put the new pump in, wire it up. Fucking spindly wires too. Well, actually not too bad. Alright, here is the thing with the new pump. So I didn't really get much footage because I'm kind of in a rush. It's getting towards the end of Friday and this is going on the dyno tomorrow. I've still got to do the 7th injector and that's it, but that's good. This is done, so I'll just put some photos on the screen. Basically what you can see is I've taken the pump carrier and kind of bored the top out and slid the new pump in, and then I've actually done some cable ties just to secure the pump to the side, which is perfect, slightly suspended off the floor, and then I've cut the part of the feed line that goes to the regular pump. It's kind of like pressed on with a push lock kind of fitting with this weird plastic tube, so I've cut that off. It actually fit and clipped perfectly on top of the new fuel pump. And then the pump kit came with a new plug, so I've just basically cut the factory plug off and wired on the Walbro plug, and then it's just plugged back into the bulkhead harness, as you can see. So I'm going to go and chuck this back in the tank, get the tank back in the car, and then move on to this 7th injector, get that all hooked up, and I can probably go home and have some late lunch and then some dinner and then some bed and then get ready for tomorrow. So sweet. Alright guys, so as you can probably tell, I'm fucking running on empty, but it's almost done. Ticking things off the list. That fuel tank and the fuel pump took a lot longer than they should have. It's a real fucking pain in the ass. Especially getting it back in, just trying to get the fucking brackets.
Alright, so I'm just going to turn this static right the fuck down, and I'm just going to voice over this because that is absolute fucking torture. Alright, so what I've done here is I've made up a little tail for the exhaust cutout because I forgot to do that before, so that'll basically just dump the exhaust cleanly down to the ground. So I should be doing the throttle body spacer, but the O-rings that Andrew brought me from the O-ring shop, they've given him the wrong ones, so they're too big, so I'm going to have to go home and cut them and join them with some super glue to make them the right size. Yes, it does sound really strange, but that is actually an industry practice for making custom O-rings. Ben does it all the time because that's his field of expertise. So if you may remember from the end of the last video, we discussed having a look in the post intercooler section of the engine, or the plenum, to see if we could put a temperature sensor to get the true intake temperature that's actually going into the runners and into the cylinders, and that's what really matters, not what's coming into the MAF. So what I'm going to do is pull this lid off, and apparently the core should just come out. Those hoses up the top left there should stay attached, and hopefully it's not too much of a rigmarole. So I'll get this smashed out and then move on to the 7th injector, then it's done. Alright, so here she is, all opened up, no dramas. It was actually quite easy to do. And this is it. This is the intercooler core essentially. So air goes through the fins, and then water basically goes through the bars or plates or whatever they are, I can't remember, and takes the heat away. Okay, so the next thing is we've got to find an adequate spot to put this sensor bung. So Benny said it's an M6 by 1 thread, which is good. I've got a tap for that. I'm kind of thinking somewhere that's easy to access. We'll see. Well, back together. Everything's ticked off the list. As you can see there, if it'll focus, hurry up. Got an M6 cap screw with an O-ring on it. That's where the K-type temp sensor on the dyno will plug into. So the only thing left to do is get onto the old 7th injector. Okay, so here it is, ready to go in the car. Man, it looks really nice. Remember, if you want one of these, you can hit me up and I can make you one. I've actually got one spare. But anyway, you can see the O-ring here. That's all modified and glued up. Injector, Siemens 80 pounder. And yeah, take the throttle off and sandwich this between it. And of course, the FPR adapter and also an AN line.
Well, holy fucking shit. That is done. Absolutely done. What an absolute mission that has been. Today's Friday. Started this on Monday. It's been a lot of hours, a lot of late nights. But I told Bill I'd get this done in 5 days, and we've fucking done it. So I am fucking, you can probably tell I'm absolutely exhausted. But this has turned out so nice. Check it out for one last time before we hit the dyno tomorrow. Nice new pulley, nice new over. DBG custom 7th injector. Sandwich plate. Awesome AFE airbox. That's the injector house there. And down here, I'll put them both on the screen and you can see that's where the AM line comes to the reg. We are all good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I enjoyed it as much as it's killed me. So make sure you press that subscribe button, like, comment, and if you're interested in that 7th injector or anything else I've done, let me know and I'll catch you at the dyno.